Hello everyone, it's Valen again. Rishi Sunak has said that he wants to replace personal independence payment, cash payments, with a voucher scheme, presumably to control what PIP claimants can purchase that aids their day-to-day living and where they can get those items. If my presumption is correct, the scheme will probably enrich a Tory donor's business, as it will be one of the only places you can exchange the coupons for the items or services you need, or the coupon scheme will be administered by a Tory donor's company. Again, if my presumption is correct, this is another way of controlling and abusing the sick and disabled through undue interference in their personal lives. I don't know how far the proposals regarding the PIP voucher scheme have gotten, but I think that Sunak has forgotten one of the guiding principles of Tory ideology in proposing this idea. The principle to which I refer is that of personal responsibility. If the government is going to restrict what a claimant can buy in terms of goods or services that aid their day-to-day living, it is taking away the claimant's responsibility to use the money they currently get to buy what they deem helpful. Very anti-Tory thinking that also flies in the face of their hatred of the nanny state, a term which has always confused me, as most Tories grew up having their backsides wiped by their devoted nanny so their parents could ignore them until they became the hateful adult babies we know and despise. Ultimately, a voucher scheme in place of PIP cash payments is an infringement of our human right to have a private life free from interference by the government, and will more than likely cost the country more than it saves the public purse. But as the goal is control and abuse, I doubt that would matter to the current Tory administration or indeed a future administration led by Mr. Kid Starver. Of course, this isn't the only potential future attack on disabled benefit claimants' rights, as the DWP want to give themselves the power to monitor claimants' bank accounts, another breach of the human right to a private life, and another weapon to attack those whose bank accounts are being monitored. The disabled benefit claimants are a casualty of the culture wars being fought by both the right and the left wings of politics, the politics of division, used as a scapegoat and a political football rather than address the real causes of society's problems. The Tories and the right blame benefit claimants, immigrants, and any other group they can think of for the mistakes they've caused, and Mr. Kid Starver's ego party going along with it, while the left fight for the rights of increasingly smaller minority groups as the basic human rights for all are eroded by the incumbent administration, ironically weakening the rights for the smaller minority groups as well. The disabled have been chosen as an easy scapegoat, despite not being responsible for the mess the country's in. Screwing over disabled benefit claimants is described as making the hard choices, when it's nothing of the sort. The real hard choices are the ones that would put the blame and the responsibility of the mess we're in on the shoulders of those who really did cause the problem and have the resources to mitigate the damage. Of course, we're just disabled people and not seen as worthy human beings by the politicians who suckle at the teat of the public purse in greater amounts than a single disabled benefit claimant could ever hope to achieve. The politicians who are so out of touch with reality and lack the compassion and empathy needed to be a human being, with their snouts firmly stuck in a trough, while punching down on some of the most vulnerable people in the country, stripping our rights away as they do so. I have to ask, does anyone really care about the disabled anymore?